So let's look at this verse here where he says, for the one having entered into his rest has himself also rested from his works. I'm going to now do a little bit of hinted at, maybe looking at deeper things here by saying, could he be saying? By the way, notice the phraseology there. I didn't say he is saying, I said, could he be? All right, if you're going to go deeper than the literal, you have to be saying it from a speculatory sort of, approach. Could he be saying that those who enter into his rest also must rest from doing it your way? In other words, when Elohim rested from his own, what did he stop doing? He stopped imposing his will on the world. Right? He was putting light and day and animals and vegetation and sun and the moon and this. In other words, he was imposing his will and setting things in an order, and then he stopped and rested on the seventh day. So to enter his rest, you might need to stop imposing your will on the world around you. By the way, this is a very Jewish understanding. If you want to go to any of the Jewish writings about keeping Shabbat, one of the things they say is you're going to need to stop doing the things, and then they list a lot of things that they say are a part of that, but the concept being where you would be imposing your will on the world around you. Okay? He says, no, maybe that's wrong. That's why I said, could it be? Could it be that to enter into his rest for the one having entered into his rest has himself also rested from his works as Elohim rested from his own works. Makes you go, See, some of you're still coming into his rest, but you're not really resting. You're still trying to impose your will on things. See, when you come into his rest, you release everything. You come into full submission and you rest in him. You ever pick up a little child and that little child's got this going on and that going on, but at some point they let go and you feel it. You just feel that release. I remember putting my children to sleep when they were really, really little, and I would sit with them in the rocking chair and I could feel, even though they were kind of half starting to fall asleep, they hadn't let go yet. But then all of a sudden you'd feel that breathing change. They would actually get heavier. I don't know why that would be. I mean, their body weight didn't change, but they would feel heavier as they let go. And then they went into a complete rest when they realized they could let go of everything and fully trust daddy's got them, mommy's got them, whoever's holding them, right? They could let go. Can you do that? Can you fully release and not need to be doing your work on his day? It doesn't necessarily mean just going to your job. Stop imposing your will on his day, so you can enter into his rest. Let us therefore, there it goes again, right? Let us therefore do our utmost to enter into that rest, lest anyone fall after the same example of disobedience. Why were they disobedient? Because they were still imposing their will. I don't, I like, I want, I don't want, whatever. That's imposing their will, their preferences, their desires. He says, therefore, do your utmost not to do that, but to enter in his rest, and let's not fall as they did after the same example.